Well, it's the third week of LCS. I'm joined right now by Thinkcard, who many might not know has become quietly the coach of FlyQuest. There was not a lot of fanfare for this.
Yeah, we have a pretty hype roster, so I didn't expect to get much attention. And I'm obviously okay with it. Like, the players deserve a lot of the credit.
You don't think that you aren't the hypest addition to the roster? It's like, hi, yeah, like that washed up guy. He's already retired like 5
I don't even
times.
know who he is.
Lemon, is he? He's like a 40-year-old guy playing in the LCS. Thinkcard though, coming here to coach.
Yeah, I'm really grateful for the opportunity. Back at like C9C, I came on kind of late as their coach. I was helping them analyze, and then I became their coach. And I thought I was really good at it, and I love all the players. Like, they have a really great attitude, and everyone works really hard.
We were chatting a little bit before the interview, and you mentioned that you have not done an interview since I interviewed you when you were a sub for EG in 2014. What has the past several years been like since we last spoke? Because we're catching up. You haven't done an interview,
for
right?
sure,
So
for
everybody needs to know what has happened every day of your life for the past
God.
3 years.
So I was trying to be a player through 2014, and through 2015 I was with CLG Black, and then I coached Enemy for the first split of 2016 in Challenger. We did not do so well, but that was the first time I coached, and I learned a lot from that, and that was a really good learning experience. And then I got the job at C9C, ended up qualifying it, and I've just been becoming like a better and better coach. And I helped C9 at Worlds, so I got to work with Reapered too, and Reapered's like, I think he's the best coach in NA LCS, so that was really cool.
Okay, so I'm glad you brought this up. Many people don't like to rank people in their position, but since you're throwing out that Reaper's the best coach, who else is really good? I've heard people say Zix is the best coach.
Zix is really good. Zix analysis, he will just come up with combos that you don't even really think of. Like, back in the day when people didn't really play Bard, he was like, I'm telling you guys, like, Bard Gangplank is a beast combo, and it's like I wouldn't even put those together. And then like started winning all those scrims that year with Bard Gangplank. It's like, okay, that's pretty legit. So Zix is up there. I lived with him for a year, so I also got to learn from him. And Reaper's really good. And I think Team Liquid's coach, David, he's really good at drafting, at least with like TLA. But I think he is somewhat restricted by the champ pools of Team Liquid right now.
No mention of Parth. How cruel can you be?
Parth is Parth, dude. Like, he knows what he's doing. He doesn't need credit.
All right, fair enough. Parth is Parth. That's what we'll go with. What is it like coaching FlyQuest? Because they, in my mind, very, very, very unique team. In some ways, like I feel like they kind of stand as one of those teams that, in some ways, could probably automate themselves fine without having a coach. Obviously, I'm sure you're additive to the process, but like between High and Lemon, they have a lot of leadership, a lot of analytical skills. What is that experience like for you?
Yeah, so we actually don't have an analyst. So everyone picks off the work that an analyst should do. So Lemon does a lot of the work. Me and Lemon hammer out draft. Other people contribute as well. Everyone's always watching VODs of the teams we're playing against, so everyone's doing that. And we really just have really productive practices. I think that's why that's like a really big edge that we have over our opponents, is that we're not arguing a lot. We just are very logical, and we have very productive practices, and we learn so much from them. And that's why we can pull out like these comps that like not that many people were running. Like, they saw it in EU LCS, but we're good with most comps.
It's funny to hear you say that the practices are very productive. I did an interview with Moon last week where he said scrims were just, I think he said, well, I'll have to believe this, a show. Is that not true?
We're very aggressive in scrims.
Okay.
You will not see calculated games like that in scrims, but we do get very useful information from our scrims. So we're very aggro, but we learn matchups well. We learn our limits and shot calling and stuff like that. So we've been scrimming like that since C9C. It's just how it works.
So you mentioned you don't have an analyst. Is that because is there like no plan to get an analyst? Is it just, I know FlyQuest in some ways kind of thrown together last minute. You guys were moving in, I think like the first week of LCS. So, what's going on there?
We do actually have a plan to get an analyst. He's gonna help analyze. Like, I can't see everything in scrims when I'm watching, so he's gonna like look for key points that I tell him to look for. And then he's also gonna help with crunching numbers. Like, we don't have a numbers guy, so we are looking at builds like Korean builds, like even EU builds and all that stuff. But it will definitely help to have a numbers guy, so we can actually figure out what's optimal.
You speak as though you already know who it is.
Yeah, we're finally finalizing it.
Okay. Who is it?
I mean, I don't know if you know him. He helped with me with Enemy.
Okay. Secret guy from Enemy.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll leave it at that. All right. Other than that, any thoughts on the lethality changes? Is that going to change anything? You guys were doing some interesting stuff there.
Yeah, it definitely changes stuff a lot. I don't really want to talk about priority because I don't want to give everything away, but obviously all the champions that build lethality are a lot better now, and it's going to be a lot more pressure. Like, pressure in lane is very good, and the lethality changes like really help out those champions, and that's why you're going to see a lot more poke now.
All right, as Cloud9 walks away.
Cloud9?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, FlyQuest. My gosh, I see balls and high, and I just think Cloud9.
Yeah.
Well, they're also hanging out with Danon, who is the manager from Cloud9, so that's why. Okay, but as FlyQuest walks away, who's your favorite player on the team?
I like all of them. They're honestly such hard workers. We brought Moon on late. I love Moon. He's an incredibly hard worker, and he is constantly watching VODs and working on his paths, and I think he will like continue to do really well in LCS. I have really high hopes for him.
So Moon's your favorite?
No, he's not my favorite.
The only person you mentioned.
Well, he's not like, you have Lemon, High, Balls, All-Tech. Like, those are all like very well.
So that's the ranking then.
players.
Lemon, High, Balls, and then All-Tech. And then Moon's like in a category of his own.
I just say, everyone likes Lemon the most.
Okay, everyone likes Lemon the most. That's all I need to know. That's the headline for the interview.
Yeah.
Everyone likes Lemon the most. Is there anything you want to say to any of the FlyQuest fans who are like, hey, I was confused by the logo and the name, but now I'm pretty excited about this team? Anything you want to say to those guys?
Yeah, just thanks for rooting for us. I know that there were a lot of mixed feelings on how well we do this split, but hopefully we're putting on a good show for you guys, and we'll continue to be exciting and just play our best. And I think we'll do really well this split.
It's polite of you to say mixed feelings. Everybody put you guys down in the gutter, and you guys are stomping.
Well, not us, so mixed feelings.
Very good, very good. Thank you so much for the interview, Thinkcard. Hopefully I'll be able to catch up with you sometime before like 2019 again. This many years.
Every 3 years, every 3 years, every 2 years.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Very good. Who knows what state the country will be in by that point. You can check out the rest of our coverage of all things esports here at Yahoo Esports.